again, the new term started. And this time Sriya took fashion designing. She changed from UI UX to fashion designing. And I started looking at business aspect in baking. So we thought maybe we can talk to you about this both things, about how is your experience in exploring different interests of yours, and also your experience and expertise in doing this small business and trying things.
Okay. So if you ask me specific questions, I'll be able to figure out what to say.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's too broad.
yes. I got a few questions that I wanted to know. Um, so, can you walk me through the process of kind of like literally starting selling a product?
Like how I started the thing.
No, I would want to know the whole journey of you kind of starting the trials, doing the product, and then finally able to sell that product out in the world.
Okay. Um, so for me, I would say the first step is always what is called as research and development, where we are developing the product. So in that, for me, what is important is that I mean, obviously, if it like I learn how to make it, and then I make it, and I use, see, because mine is a skincare, I use it on myself for at least 6 months. But it could be different based on the product. It could be different. Like if it's a food product, you probably don't have to eat it for 6 months. So 1 or 2 days is fine. If it's a clothes product, we wear it for a few days. But I'm just talking about myself. So mine is a skincare product. So I want to use it for at least 6 months on myself. And during the process, in previously it was because I was also in campus. I would give my mother, I would give Leela auntie, I would give people around here. So basically giving it to friends and family and taking their feedback on it. And the second thing was also along with it, doing research on the ingredients. So not just Google research. What recently I've also learned is to look at like little more because in skincare especially we should be very sure that the ingredients we're using is safe. Also go into what is called as the scientific papers. Like you get scientific papers or text. We have books on herbs and herbalism. So I refer to them. Like if I'm using, let's say, an ingredient called like hibiscus in my product. If I Google it, Google has thousands of things like hibiscus is this, so, but Google is not necessarily always right. So I would look at books and look at science papers that what do they say about hibiscus. And this is actually something that I've recently learned that I should be looking at these things also. Initially, Google was my support, but then I soon realized that Google is too contradictory. One blog will say hibiscus is the best, the second blog will say hibiscus is the worst. So, because it's Google is a lot of opinions of people, it's not necessarily scientific facts. So, that I would say is the first step. And then for me, the second step is the packaging and the labeling. And because for me, it should not just look good, but also it should be eco-friendly. Like that's a very important. So all of those aspects has to come into play. And then obviously the costing of it. And then I also like to, because I already have existing customers, and now when I want to start a new product, once I have friends and family's feedback, I also like to just at a very low cost or even no cost, I like to give it to a few of my current customers and take their feedback. So, because they are the ones who, actually are so people who would beyond friends and family who can give me true feedback. So just regular customers who maybe every few months they're ordering from me. I take feedback from them on the products. And then after I feel confident that yes, I'm getting good feedback or I have reached a thing, then I have launched. For me right now, launch I just posted on Instagram and uh, I want soon. I'm right now working on setting up a kind of website or an online shopping platform. And like that is still in the process. So then launching it there. That is, I would say, the process of making a product.
And by the way, where did you find these scientific papers that you're talking about?
So there is something called as Google, Scholar Google or Google Scholar. So when you search on Google Scholar, or you, now these days I use Scholar GPT. So same as Chat GPT. But if you search, if in Chat GPT, if you go to Scholar GPT, then Scholar GPT will only give you the answers from scientific papers. It will not give you from random Google. So I use that. Plus, also I have a mentor who has given me a lot of like PDFs and of different books that I can refer to. Um, But yeah, Scholar GPT is these days my any small question also I just go and ask for. Yeah.
Did you do any kind of market research before you launched the product?
So honestly, initially when I started, I did not do any market research. I just started. Like I didn't even know what I'm doing. I just started. That's it. There was no market research. There was no what the people. It was not even like, I don't think I even thought about that. Does consumers need my product, or is, because everyone says that, like now when I see videos about business, people talk about find out what people need and sell that. I don't think I thought all of that. I was like, okay, I have this product, I'm selling it. If you need it, you buy it. Otherwise, go leave it. So it was like that. I never really thought so much about it. But now when I I've been also reworking on my catalog and relooking at what, now I'm started seeing, okay, what people need, what people are asking for. But then I've also realized that, especially because I follow a lot of social media accounts related to my work. And when you follow that, automatically you come to know what are the trends in my industry. So I've also come to realize that I don't want to get so flowed with the trends. Like right now it's trending to use double cleanser. Then next month it will be something else. The next month it will be something else. So market research is also very tricky because I feel like um mm, not only like market research has many aspects to it, but I feel I don't want to only follow the trends. I also want to see what are my values. Like if I have what are, I was very clear from starting that these are my values as a business, whether it is to be eco-friendly, or whether it is that my products have to be affordable, or that I am very clear that I want to make products that are for day-to-day use, like soaps, creams, because skincare is a very broad category. Like I can go into beauty, I can go into like anti-acne, anti this, anti that, anti-hair fall. Like it's a very broad category. So I feel like I want to be very clear as to what are my values and what kind of products I want to sell. And then if the and then seeing what the market is doing for that. So like I also, what I see is a lot of skincare brands, they get, it's very mixed up. Like they're also selling soap, but they're also selling like some serum that will brighten your face in 10 days, right? So then it becomes very mixed up, and I feel that I should have a very clear thing that what is my brand about, is it about, and what am I selling. And yeah, definitely also seeing what other people are selling, especially when it comes to costing. I really do market research. Like suppose if I am selling my hair oil at two, like I first do my costing. Okay, this is the like raw material, blah blah. I do that breakup, and if I come up with the number that I want to sell this hair oil for 200, then I go and see at least 10 to 20 different brands who are doing similar work and see what are they selling it at, to also understand what is the market price and whether am I too low, am I too high, or am I okay in terms of market. So definitely for cost, I always do market research. I always see what is the market selling. Also for ingredient, also like mm, definitely for inspiration. Like right now, I am redesigning my labels. So I see a lot of labels. Like even now, I've come to Aarohi. Everywhere I'm seeing products, I'm just picking it up and seeing the labels. Like going to the bathroom, it's up. Everyone's products are kept now, different products. Now I'm bathing less, reading the products more. But anyway, so yeah, like I like to take inspiration a lot, so that definitely helps. But I definitely feel like not following the trends, like just seeing what we want to sell and then focus on that. That is very important. but definitely a lot of inspiration. Yes.
And I also recently saw you put up a stall in Vizag. So, how
Yes.
was that experience? How was it different from general selling?
So that is very important. Like, as for me, that has been a way to connect to the local customers. Like even initially when I started when I was in Aarohi and I started Dana, I would go to, like, first year I remember it was crazy. I would go to Bangalore with suitcase bharke of my products in the train. I would go, to Bangalore and do exhibition, put up stalls, and I have done 2 or 3 exhibitions in Bangalore where I had like literally zero sales. Like it was just a total loss. So then I started understanding, okay, which are the correct exhibitions to uh go to and which are not, like which exhibitions will have my target audience, which exhibitions will not. But that exhibition initially helped me get a lot of local customers in Bangalore. And then when I shifted to Vizag, what happened, which is still the problem that I'm struggling with, is that 98% of my orders are from outside of Vizag. So, but I am living in Vizag, and now that I'm living in the city, it's much easier for me to even do local deliveries, because before even Bangalore was not so-called local, right? I still had to like ship it from here. But so that is like to tap into the local customer base, you have to go to exhibitions, you have to go to stalls, and they'll be like upar niche, like few stalls will go well, few stalls will not go well, and that's all the learning about it. Yeah. So, that local marketing is very important, especially like if you're talking about baking. Guessing it's local, right? You can't really sell a pan India cookies. Like it'll be, no, there are brands that do it, but then like there are people who are selling baked goods all across India. But then I don't know what are the complications that come with that. But for local, definitely stalls are very.
Any other places where you felt connecting with locals other than cakes, sorry, stalls?
Mm, I haven't really tried anything else. So to I've only tried stalls, and the other thing that I have tried is obviously the other thing that I do is social media marketing. Right now, these are the only two ways in which I have been marketing my products. I and that too in social media, I've always till now done organic marketing, never really done paid ads or paid marketing. But now I am considering to learn that and see how that also works, like how to do paid digital marketing, because I honestly I've reached a stage where I'm not able to now grow more in sales, because I'm like I have certain number of customers who buy regularly from me, but to that acquiring new customers is not happening as much as I want to. So to definitely marketing is some place where I also need to learn a lot, right? How can I market my products better? I always feel I'm good at making the products, I'm good at improving the products, but this marketing is like it's something that is difficult, but it has to be done. Yeah.
And also, like, also you also have a lot of options, and even I also have a lot of options that I can start selling. Like I
Mm.
can sell cakes to muffins to and whatnot. So how do you kind of streamline your products? Or even Keepika was asking, like, how many products did you start with?
So I started with like 3 products, I think. Just bath powder, hair wash powder, and tooth powder. I think. Just like 3 products. So, for me, my thing is like I also said in the starting. For me, my values are very important. So what? That's how I decide my products does not decide my business. My business decides the product. So for me, the value is that it has to be an eco-friendly product. It has to be something that we use day to day, or 1 or 2 like these special products like face packs and all are okay. But I don't want to go too much like if you see the skincare industry, there's like thousands of products that one can explore. But I was very clear that this is what I want to do. This is the kind of impact that I want to make through my business. And I think because of that, that decides that. So when, like, whether I want to sell soaps or I don't, or I want to sell serums, or I want to sell some face brightening pack, which product I want to sell is decided based on what are my values. What is this business for? What do I want to do? What impact do I want to make in the world through this business? And I didn't decide the number. Like, Kitika also asked, like, how did you decide on that number? It was not really like I had decided that I want to start with 3 products, but it just happened. But recently, I was doing a business course, and my the mentor was saying that it's good to start with 3 to 5 products, because if we enter the market with way too many products, then it can become overwhelming for us. And also, like, let's say we start with 3 products or 5 products, and we have to see what is working and what is not working, and then withdraw the ones that are not working. So this month I've been doing a lot of changes in my business, and one of the things that I did was I looked through my entire catalog, and I looked through the sales of the last year and saw, okay, what are the products that are not working, and I'm actually taking them off the catalog. So, I mean, it's a slow process. I haven't fully taken it off yet, because I also have some stocks and there are other things to figure out. But, like, we can't get too attached to the products. That is also there. The products that work, they stay on the catalog. That don't work, they get out. I mean, we can make it and enjoy it, but we can't give it to other people. It's like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can completely relate to that.
Yeah. And also, like, I think to answer your question also for baking, I would say the first part, which is the research and development part, where you actually test. Like, I think you've also done it. I mean, I've kind of vaguely followed your journey. I'm not very, very good at Discord, and but I do see your Instagram. So you have to see what is the feedback you're getting. Is it that people want muffins, or is it people want cakes, or they want some, are people looking for healthy options, are they looking for cheap affordable baked goodies, or what are people, um or they want bread, or what do people want also is very important, and for that testing out is very important. Like, that's how also we decide. So because I think that's a big learning that I did. Actually started with bath powders, hair wash powders, because in my mind, I was like, I want to go preservative free. I want to go chemical free, like, at that time when I started. But soon realized that, if there are 100 people, out of 100, only 1 or 2 will actually use bath powder. People want soaps, people want shampoos, people want that kind of product. So now I'm at a stage where, okay, people want soaps and shampoos, but I want to be 100% natural. So what is the middle ground? And then launching products that are in the middle ground. So, like, I make soaps, but they're natural soap. And in the same way, I'm working with shampoo. So as much as our brand values matter, it's also what people want. You can't simply sell what people don't want. Yeah.
How long has it been since you started this business?
So I started in 2019. It's been almost 5 years, but I took 1 year break because I went to the Isha Ashram for 9 months.
And did you take any of these corporate orders or bulk orders, something like that?
Bulk orders I have taken, corporate orders I have not. And actually, this year I'm thinking, I've just started my research on how I can get corporate orders for Diwali. But I have not done corporate orders. Bulk orders I have. I've also done a few reselling orders, like people buy from me and resell under their brand. Yeah.
Okay. So, how was your experience in making the bulk products?
So bulk products for me has always been difficult, because the my production, I'm not equipped to do bulk. Like, I'm the only one, uh, and like, I'm not managing just the selling, right? I'm managing so many things in the business plus my personal stuff. So bulk orders have always been difficult, and like also because there'll be a time limit, like within 10 days, or sometimes people want within 5 days, they want 50 hampers. So it becomes difficult. So there are times when I worked all night to finish the order in time. So bulk orders, I've not been very efficient in it. But because I don't get them that regularly, I'm not even yet put effort into making that bulk production easier. But yeah, that optimization has to happen someday or the other.
And what have your learnings been? Like, if you at all you say you did little learnings on how to get corporate orders. So
I have just started the research, like I'm not really researched enough. But what I know is that, so for me, before I start reaching out or doing marketing on corporate orders, what I've understood is you have to have a solid, like, like gift hamper, like just with the, because corporate gifting means it's not just how good the product is, but how good your packaging is. So it's really about the packaging and how well you are priced. So what I know is you have to have a nice good catalog with couple of options. Then you can reach out to corporates, or you can do marketing on Instagram, that you have such good gift hampers, and you can like do it. So I also, because right now I'm reworking on a lot of things, I've just kept that aside for next month's tasks. This month I'm not really focused. Yeah. But if I do get anything, I'll definitely share with you about.
yeah, and I also wanted to know, this is like a little bit off topic, but I heard Ratnesh talking a lot about like people ask you for a degree and then you apply, but you still apply them, share your portfolio, and they would agree you to take a course or join a program. So, what do you generally say? I'm just really curious.
What do I say? In the application you're saying, or just like on face to face to people?
Application.
Well, see, I've only applied once, okay? Just one course. He has a tendency to exaggerate sometimes. So it was a course on
No,
sustainability.
he's always talked about only one example, and that is Azim
Huh.
Premji, nothing.
So in Azim Premji, there was a sustainable. I have got job offers, but that was not. I didn't apply for those offers. They came to me, and I was like, okay, no, I'm not interested. But that was probably because like it's networking. People know I'm good, and the thing was I got job offers in a field that I was not interested in. I'm good at working with children, and people know that. So people offer me that job, but I'm not interested in working with children. I'm good at it, but I don't want to do it. So that's the thing. So that was a different thing. The Azim Premji one was I wanted to apply for a sustainability course. So I very clearly shared that, see, this is something that I'm deeply interested in, and this is something that I want to make. At that time, Dhanak was also not there. So and at that time, I was at a stage where I was still, I knew what I'm interested in. I'm interested in sustainability, but I had no idea as to how to manifest that. Like, what am I supposed to do with that interest? Like, it's there, but what am I supposed to do with it? So I clearly said that I'm looking for, I want to learn so that I can make this my profession. I don't have a degree, but um, and I think Azim Premji that way is a little bit open to these kind of things. So they agreed to do for me to do. It was like a 2 month course or something. So I did that course. The course was not that great, also like not what I was expecting to learn from it, but it's okay. It was not that expensive, so it was fine. Yeah.
Did you take any courses for this business thing, kind of setting up your own business and all of that?
So to learn how to do business, I haven't taken any course. Like it's all like to be honest, I was like when you asked me, I was like, am I the right person to give you any advice? Because I don't know anything about business. I run a business, but I always tell I have no idea what I'm doing. It's just somehow happening. Like pata nahi kya ho raha hai. It's like that. But anyways, it's like I'm not the right person to ask. But but for learning skincare, like understanding skincare, yes, I have taken courses. In fact, um, I am going through a course right now also. I just finished one part of it, like so. And because I feel I'm a person who's always thirsty for knowledge and about especially making skincare and making hair care products. So for that, I've taken a lot of courses, and to be honest, I still don't feel like I've reached a level where I'm good enough. I thought I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I ask myself, why am I even selling products? But it's just happening, like just like business is just happening. Something is happening. It's happening. That's all. I don't know what is that. But yes, for a business, I do want to learn. Like I have watched videos on YouTube and all, but I have not really taken a course.
So, like, do you also kind of refer to something like do you have these checklist kind of things that these are the things that I need to learn, or these are the things that others in my profession know, so maybe I'll also need. Like, do you have anything that you look up to? Like, do yeah,
Like checklist as these are the skills I need. Is that what is?
skills or things that you need to learn? Can be topics or skills and everything.
See, it's not, I've never made anything like that. It's like on the go what is coming. Like right now, like for example, right now for the last few months, I can see very clearly that I have to work on marketing. So now I have to develop that skill. So it's literally on the go. Right now, the skill needs to be learned. I learn it and then move ahead. And then always like I have to improve it. Like initially when I started, somehow I made some labels, but last few months I've been feeling like they're not they're not that attractive, they're not that good, the labels. So now this month I have been working on uh I have redesigned my labels. I'm almost done with that. So now obviously I need to learn about how to design labels. So then I learned it. I mean, it's always on the go. I don't have a list. It's right now what the business needs, I learn it. That's
Because generally when I want to start, I feel like taking a bag of safeguards of skills or something and then go start doing.
yeah, I think I'm a person who has just like jumped into it. I have, and I still don't have any idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. Like I don't, I that's why I'm very honestly telling you. I don't think I know business. I don't think I even know how to make skincare and hair. But I'm doing it, and it's happening. Like 5 years, it's happening, and it'll just keep happening. I feel like so that's how it is. Like because, and I have made so many mistakes. Like I keep making mistakes. Like just yesterday, I was just going through my WhatsApp chat and I realized like I have customers who have ordered from me like 2-3 years ago, and when they ordered, they gave me such a good review, but they didn't order again, right? So like when they first time they ordered from me, they used the product, they liked it, they're like, thank you for the product or whatever, but then they've not ordered again. So that is actually my mistake because I haven't like done the correct like every few months if I would have sent them some message or some like marketing. Like I am a person who's like, why should I disturb anyone? Why should I send any messages to anyone? But then, there was this trend on Instagram that Zomato sends me 20 messages a day. So now why shouldn't my small business send? And that is true. Like, and that day I was seeing TV for some reason, and I saw, that Colin spray which we used to clean the glass. Like, I was thinking, if those big brands they are still making advertisements, like who advertises a Colin spray? It's a cleaner, but they're still making ads. So I realized how stupid I'm not advertising enough. I'm not about my business. I'm shy to, like loudly market myself. I'm like, if they like it, they'll come back. But then I'm realizing probably they forgot. Make a lot of mistakes every day. I have so many skills to work on. Like now, if I look at my labels, they were horrible. But when I started, I was so happy with me. Probably now that I've redesigned it, now after this I'll curse myself. What is this design? So it's going to happen. I'm never going to be perfect. But then I would say you have to jump into it. You don't need a bag of skills. You just need some confidence.
And how do you document all of these?
Document in the sense?
I don't know, like
Keep a
reflect
track
back
of-
and keep a track.
So honestly, I don't document. Okay, all the reflection and portfolio that I made is only till before I started Tanak. After I left Aarohi, my portfolio is just stuck there only. Because no time to make more photos. My portfolio is my Instagram account. That's it. I have not done any documentation as such, but definitely like I do do a lot of planning and detailing out of things. So I do have like so I make folders called Dhanak point 1, Dhanak point 2. So right now I'm at Dhanak point 5. So I have those folders where I that time what I had thought and what I had planned, and then now what I have. So I document that way, but not really document.
These are questions from my side. Yeah, well, like what would have been like few things you wish you have known when you started?
Started the business.
Hmm.
Mm. I think more of like I was saying, I'm good. I think I'm good at like I've been very good at media marketing, but not very good at this kind of like collecting customer database and doing that kind of marketing where WhatsApp marketing, which is we call like regularly sending out offers and discounts or whatever. So if I would have learned that and I would have done a better job at keeping customer base, I'd do what is called retaining my customers. Maybe I would have had more customers today. So I think that was something that I could have done better or I should have learned. But I think I really don't regret anything because I also feel like as much as you learn about business, it's only by actually doing it that you will be able to figure out because every business is so different. Like I can't compare it with anything else. So I don't have that way any regrets, but yeah, like it's always a learning process. Like now also I'm learning so much. So I would probably regret decisions I'm taking today, a few days later. So yeah.
Okay, maybe I had a question. So if you look back, how did you get your first set of customers? What was that effort like?
So my first set of customers was through a stall. So I started with stall. So my first was I went to Bangalore and we had put up a stall and then I had my first set of customers. And again, all the times I've always done the mistake of not keeping, like customer database. Like I don't even know who those people were who bought from me and if they ever, bought again. And at that time, when I started, Facebook was more than Instagram. So I used Facebook and I don't know, somehow by fluke or somehow it really worked. Like social media marketing has always really worked for me. So it's only now last few months like I'm feeling it's not working, but till now it has been really good. Like just using social media to get customers has been very good. Yeah.
Okay.
And
And
what do you think the key words for that?
Sorry.
What do you think? What was the key thing for that, like for your social media marketing to work well?
To work well, authentic content. It really worked. Like especially what I see when it comes to skincare and hair care. There's so many brands who are only talking about how the product will make you, more whiter or more beautiful or more, that kind of a thing. Where I was where I always have talked about very authentic content from my experience. I've talked about store. So having good authentic content is what people connect with. Like, and just being true to what I'm saying and showing like behind the scenes, like actually how to make the product. And I very openly share recipes of my products. Like if you want to know how to make it, I'm happy to share. So people really see the authenticity. And that is what I think is very one way of how I stand out from all other brands.
So also when you're like managing everything by yourself, uh,
Mhm.
how do you space it out in terms of, so you said you kind of touched upon it that you know, go with the flow as to what is important at the moment. But at
Mm.
any point you feel like, were there any collaborations, or is that a thought that crosses your mind, or you know, or how do you just manage so many things by yourself?
Mm. Honestly, I also don't really have an answer to that. But yeah, I really just go with the flow. That is how I do it. But definitely, like, also kind of managing that in a week, this is these are 1 or 2 days where I really want to focus on marketing, and this is 1 or 2 days that I have to like I what now these days what I do is in a month, 1 week I do like full on production so that I have enough stock to sell for that month. So then the rest of the weeks I can focus on the other aspects. So definitely dividing my time between production, sales, marketing, and also research and development. So kind of that major division I do, but otherwise it's just go with the flow. Like suddenly I get a bulk order, then all marketing goes to goes haywire, and I only focus on that. So it's just going with the flow. That, yeah.
And do
And
you like,
how do you approach or
go ahead, Shreya.
so how do you approach or how do you maintain that connect with mentors? Like I have messaged few people on social media. They have replied times. I feel whenever I have a question, I feel maybe I should ask them, but then it feels as if I may be disturbing them or it's too small or silly to ask. Or I get, yeah, like these thoughts come in between. So what has your experience been with mentors or even finding mentors?
So definitely, even I get this thought like it's too silly to ask that I have faced before. But thankfully, like I have found two mentors who both are like uh, who are always open to answer my questions. And after some time, I realized that it's no question is too silly. Like initially, I would always have that hesitation: should I disturb the person or not? So, um, I mean, I know it's not easy to find mentors, and that would have to happen. But for me, like, I've recently I found like a community. Like I've got into a WhatsApp group which is a community of like the WhatsApp group has around 200, 300 people who are just making skincare products at home, and most of them are selling, some are making for their hobby or whatever. So that group, like that has been like a jackpot entry for me, because like now in that group, not I also help people, people also help me, so it's become a very good collective learning. So yeah, it may take some time. You have to give yourself that patience to find the right people. Yeah, but don't worry. Like if somebody worries, somebody thinks you are asking too many questions, then stop answering or whatever. Then you'll realize that this person is not interested in being. Otherwise, hmm, otherwise, if they're sweet enough to answer, then it's okay to ask them.
And what have you been your approaches to find a mentor? How do you find?
I think. Mm. So I Aarohi parent at that time when I was in army. So she also runs a skincare business. And actually, she's the one who taught me how to make soaps and how to make a few other products. I went to her house and learned it. And she came to Aarohi and taught all of us. So from happened by luck, I would say. In the initial period only, I met her and she has helped me with a lot of things. And then after that, I have done, I would say 3 or 4 online courses on skincare. And then, but the like first one, so I literally felt like I wasted all my money. I thought I knew better than like the recent course that I did on herbalism, and then I approached her that I want a mentor. And but in this case, it's kind of like a paid program. So in answering all my questions, great thing also that I've taken up a mentorship program with her. That for 1 year she'll be helping me in making my business grow, like the skincare business. So I would say both ways. You don't have. It's not so bad in finding a paid mentor also. Like if it works, like right now it's working for me. After meeting people who didn't help me after like 3, 4 courses, this is what I have found. But I also have unpaid mentors also. It's both. Yeah.
How many years did you work on like exploring and all before you started them up?
I was 2 years in Swaraj, and then 1 year after Swaraj, I was exploring, so around 3 years. And then between that, in 1 year, I took a break from Dhanak also to again explore. So 3 to 4 years.
Do you like keep a tab of the, profit loss, and to what extent do you do that? And uh, is it like a bothering thing, or how do you balance the finances in terms
Yeah,
of?
so accounts is definitely an important part. Like I always monthly accounts. Like anytime I make a sale, anytime I make an expense, I actually use an app that makes things a lot easier for me to record all my sales expenses. And monthly I do tally of accounts. So accounts is there. I even file like this year I started filing my income tax. All of that, and I keep a track of my profit and loss. But it has to be there. If you're not making profit, there's no. I mean, then your business is not successful. In one point, like one perspective. See, technically, till now in the last 5 years, I haven't made huge profits. Like, uh, I have reached break even. Break even means like the amount of expenses that the raw materials and all that I'm incurring, I am able to uh, get the enough sales to cover that, but I'm not making enough profit to say like meet my own personal expenses. Like I'm not yet reached there. So definitely that way, if you see, Danak is not fully successful right now. In other perspectives, for me, it's very successful because I'm able to do what I love and I'm able to fulfill my goals of spreading sustainability, spreading natural living. So that way, yes. But in terms of finances, it still needs time. And always may be lucky to have it faster, the profit, but definitely it takes 1 or 2 years for huge profits to happen. Like small profit is there, but sufficient profit. So it's very important to keep track of like the money.
What's the app that you use?
I use an app called Vyapar, Vyapar or double AR. Let me check. I mean, it has a free version and a paid version. I'm happy with the free version, so I use that. But there are other apps also that help with accounting. And one more thing is, one more aspect to always explore before you start a business is what is the legal compliance. Like, if it's a food business, then what are the FSSAI rules or what are the things? If it's a, I don't know about fashion, what kind of thing that is there. With skincare also, it's very complicated, the legal stuff, the certification and all. Then, but yeah, it's good to have an understanding of all of that. And if you need to get it, what would be the costs of it and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, in the sense like you can't put anything on your labels. Certain things
Like
need.
definitely right now you don't. Yes, correct. Kritika, have you not?
Not able to hear me? Wait, let me just switch off. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Now we can.
Yeah, like I was saying, in the sense like if you can't put in your label certain things like certain things need certifications, right? You can't just go ahead and put logos or something like that. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, like so obviously right now, like for example, I think Srijani is just having a 5 month sprint or something. So maybe in that you don't have to worry so much about it. I mean I'm not very sure about the FSSAI rules, but in terms of like trademark and all, you don't have to worry right now. If you're looking at it as a little long term thing, like then yes, you'll have to look into trademark and all of that. Because but definitely you can, even if now if you want to do it, you can check that you're not using the logo or name of any other big brand, not even big, small or big, doesn't matter. Like you should not be using anything of theirs. And of course there are certain things that have to be there on your label, like that is important, has to be written. And see, I still don't have a manufacturing license, because in skincare to get a manufacturing license is like 30-40 lakhs investment. And then yeah, it's actually getting an FSSAI certificate is much easier than getting a skincare for manufacturing certificate. Because FSSAI, like there's so many cloud kitchens and small, those tailors on the road and all, and everyone can. I mean, there is some cost to it, but it's not so high. But so for me, it's very important that I mention in my marketing and on my labels that this is a handmade product. So for you, it could be that it's a homemade product. So people don't expect that, it is they should not start saying that your product is, they should not expect it to be a factory made product. And right now, when we're very small, it's not an issue, but we should know what are the requirements that are there legally, so that if we are growing bigger, then things change. Like even GST and all, like right now, I don't have it. I only have an MSME certificate. But I know that once I go beyond, I think 20 lakhs is the limit. Once I go, my turnover yearly revenue goes out beyond 20 lakhs, I know I have to get a GST. So when I know all these things, then they won't be a problem.
Yeah, these were the only few questions we had. Thank you so much, Asabi. It was really nice talking to you.
No problem.